Hello and welcome to Shannon Gardens. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about rose maintenance. I have a lot of different rose bushes that I've shown you guys in some previous videos, and it does take some maintenance to have those looking their best throughout the summer. I live in a humid environment, so there are a lot of insects. There is the propensity to mold and the black spot that I really need to stay on top of to have the roses looking their best. So the first product that I found that works best for me is this Rose RX, and this is a multi-purpose fungicide, insecticide, and miticide, and I am on a 14-day schedule with that, and I honestly mark my calendar to that 14 days so I can try to adhere as closely to it as possible to keep everything at bay. I find for myself, if I get outside of that schedule too long, then I'm just generating more problems that I have to address later down the road. So I'd rather not do that, and I have found that the schedule works best for me. In addition to that, I also use this rose and flower care, and this also helps with insects as well as fertilizing your roses and flowers. So I use this on the roses on a 6-week schedule, I believe is what's suggested, and that also helps in maintaining the roses and having them look their best. I have already applied the fertilizer. I did that about a week ago according to my schedule. However, the other product is something that I do need to go ahead and start with or apply today. So that's what we're going to do, as well as deadheading. So I've got my trusty bypass pruning shears, and I'm going to be deadheading the roses, which is very important because you don't want your rose bush expending more energy into something that has already bloomed. So if you remove that, then it can take that energy and expend it on developing more buds so that you have more flowers, and ultimately that's what I want. So I'm going to be deadheading as well, and I will show you guys how I do that. So I'm inviting you guys to join me, and let's get started. Okay, so here we are at our knockout roses, or our yellow knockout roses, and I actually pruned these a couple of weeks ago, so you can see we have a lot of buds coming up here. However, I do have spent flowers as well that I need to prune to encourage more regrowth, so I'm going to do that now. And all I'm going to do is take the old bloom here, and I'm just going to cut it off with my bypass pruners, making sure not to get the new buds. I have cut new buds before, which I'm always sad about when I accidentally do that. And then I'm going to place those spent buds in a basket so that I can dump them once I'm finished instead of leaving them on the ground. I have heard that that is not what you're supposed to do. You aren't supposed to leave your cuttings underneath your rose bush, and that can encourage disease. And so I try to pick up as many as I can and just hold them along the way and then put them in a bin. So that's what I'm going to do now. I wanted to provide a little bit closer of a view as to where I am deadheading these roses. So here we go. I'm just going to cut right down here, actually for this one and the next one. And then I'm going to grab it and throw it away. So I have finished my deadheading of the roses, and I think I got pretty much everything. I always notice something left behind after looking a couple of times, but I've deadheaded everything that I am seeing for now. And what I'm going to do is move on to the next roses. I'm going to do some of the spreading roses and then do a couple of other knockout roses. Because it is already mid-afternoon, I'm going to apply the 3-in-1 tomorrow, which I will show you guys how I apply that. I also wanted to point out that when I am deadheading, I know there are a lot of different suggestions. When I deadhead though, I cut straight across, particularly on these types of roses. I don't cut at an angle. I just have found that whether I cut on an angle or I cut straight across, it just doesn't seem to make that much of a difference on the type of roses that I have. So I find it easiest to cut straight across, and that's what I do. But like I said, because it's mid-afternoon, I'm going to do the 3-in-1 spray tomorrow so I can avoid leaf burn, and I'll do that early in the morning and bring you guys along for that as well. Good morning, everyone. So I am out early in the morning and I'm going to go ahead and spray my rose bushes. They suggest that you either do it early in the morning or in the evening so that you can avoid leaf burn. So that's what we're going to do now. And they also suggest that you thoroughly coat your leaves with the product. So I'm going to get to spraying. Okay, and now we're moving on to the drift roses. I'm going to spray those as well. And I did want to mention too that I am choosing to do this on a calm day where there's no breeze, so I'm not getting the spray all over myself as well as the plants. So you want to make sure when you spray this that you choose a day where it's not going to blow all over the place. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you learned something in the rose maintenance world. There's a lot of products out there and a lot of different tips, and I encourage you to just find what works for you. I've shown you what I found that works best for me, and certainly deadheading is key in that regrowth and rebloom. So I hope that you are able to take away some information that I've imparted and apply that to your roses as well. All right, thank you guys. Until next time, bye.